To the Moon Expo didn't seem to have had a successful landing that it should have gotten. This new gaming expo for the gamers, by the gamers, kind of didn't hit the mark. There were promises that really fell through, and their marketing stating things like 15,000 tickets sold and saying that this was the future of gaming, 150 games plus, esports tournament, indie showcases, creator zones. However, the reality was a bit far from that. Attendees were definitely under 500 and there was delays, so it was bad weather and some technical issues, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt because it's their first event. They still had activities and indies that turned up, so that's still good. Also, there was allegations that there was like crypto involved and blockchain. However, I didn't see any sign of it, nor was there any evidence of that stuff at the expo itself. The overall opinion, though, was negative, and with unfulfilled promises and false advertisement, rightly so. And unfortunate, to be really honest, because a lot of us were hoping this was gonna be a good one. And I still hope that maybe next year it will be a better one if they can take on some feedback and really work on it. From what I've gathered, this was the first large event that the company held. Notably, a few dudes involved, and one received a lot of backlash for being like a crypto tech bro, designing for super yachts in Dubai, though he did have some incredible marketing skills, shall we say, and it made the event more than what it really was. I feel like as an event coordinator, you'd want to really big up this event, however, just don't promise the moon. This expo wanted to blend the indie innovation with esports, with retro gaming, and industry talks. It's quite a lot, to be honest. And you had a big space, and you had a lot of big things going for you. I saw some big voice actors like Echo from Arcane, Raphael, and the narrator, and Mizora from Baldur's Gate 3. Also, Kingdom Come Deliverance did a really cool thing there. Oh, and the voice actor for Ghost. A few people dressed up as him. Well, just COD related cosplay. And yeah, so people still cosplayed, which is a good thing. There was also a VR arena meet and greets and partnerships with Razer and Secret Labs. However, the setups there were just incomplete. Due to technical delays and the rain issues, the crowd wasn't what it was supposed to be. And to be fair, they were going to honor tickets for the people who didn't come on Wednesday to come on Thursday. One of my biggest things for sure was why was it on a Wednesday, Thursday? Because it's a work day, it's a weekday. People can't miss out on work. And yes, it was open till 8 p.m., but after work, you don't really want to be traveling to the NEC and going to a con. From what I can fathom in my mind, it's because it's cheaper that you don't have to do it over the weekend. So let me take you on a little walk. We're going through the event, okay? So I turned up a little bit late due to the bad weather. You had to get into queue with one person having to give you your wristband. Once you get your wristband, you can go in. I had a green one. It was a general one. Oh, apparently the wristbands were also incorrect. They were just ribbons with different colors. Not that it mattered much anyway, because you could just access any parts. I didn't go to the creator zone because I didn't have a creator wristband and I don't fib my way through things. Talking about fibbing my way through things, security wasn't really there. I don't know if this is just a Birmingham thing, but I feel like from the recent gaming events, security should be a top priority. In a way, it should be higher up the list. I could just walk in and out of the event willy-nilly. And yeah, I was just concerned in that sense because I mean, for hearing from the previous other events, I know this is Birmingham, but also it is Birmingham. So take it however you want to take it. Okay, we're going in and you'll see that Indie City is kind of just right in front of you. However, it's kind of blocked off in this black square. It's a cute little way to section it. However, it's also kind of like, I understand that they didn't have enough budget for big signs and stuff like this to make it look more legit because there was just like a piece of paper just on there saying Indie City. I was like, sick. To the left was the voice actors. To the right was another cornered off section for the industry panels, which I felt like it was a little bit like Bright and Develop, where you had to have an industry pass to access that place. Though, like I said, there was no security, so I could just walk in. And I did sit down and watch a few panels with my general ribbon. I would have preferred that this was open access in a way, to be honest with you, because it allows more people to attend if they were interested in the topic or the speakers. It's just making game dev more accessible in general, and you know that's what I'm all about here. On the far left, you had the voice actors. There was also one artist vendor. I don't know. I felt so bad for them because I was like, are you out of place? Because it feels like they just stuck you in a corner. I don't know if they couldn't get more artist vendors or the price was too high. The price for the indie tables seemed relatively achievable, roughly £100 to £200, which I can agree you could totally do that. I felt like the original artist that was put into a corner, I just felt so bad for them, and fair play to them for turning up. I mean, maybe they didn't even know what they were signing up for, so I feel like this was a good opportunity to reach out to other artists within the Comic-Con industry. So I won't name a few, but I'll show you some examples. Just kidding. I won't be trading. I stopped trading a while back. But there are so many lovely original artists that go to different other events, and maybe this wouldn't be on their priority list, but it would have been much nicer to see original artists. And I'm sure you would have loved to see your favorite artists at a gaming convention. I know for me personally, selling fan art is a really touchy subject because obviously you should get the license for it. Around that corner, you then had the food hall within the venue itself. Or if you went outside, you can go to an overpriced Wetherspoons. It was £20 for a burger and a drink, and the burger wasn't even a burger. I felt so scammed, but I get it. It's a venue food place, and I just will not be doing that again. So the next day, I brought my own lunch in, which the security guard didn't check my bag, but you know, I was happy for it because I had my food in there. So moving down. So where the Indie City is, and behind that would be like the flight simulator and the Cyberpower bus. I had to go at the flight simulator, and honestly, it was really good. I nearly got addicted until I was told the price. So if you want to sponsor me, I'll make great laughable content because I'm so good at flying. I want to get better at it though. Like, could you imagine? Okay, so these bunch of PCs that allowed you to play different types of games like 2XKO, arcade games, Street Fighters. Oh, and there was also a like real life D&D like section. I didn't get to go in it. There was no queue, and I didn't really know what was in it. I'll be really honest with you. However, I did watch Raphael chat to them, and it was really, really cute and sweet, you know? There was also VR Arena and the infamous esports stage, which people were still watching, even though they had a lot of technical issues, unfortunately, considering it's kind of a techie expo. I don't think NEC was very well known for its good Wi-Fi, to be really honest with you. Yes, there was a lot of open space, and the next day they did close some of that space off, which was, I think, a smart move. Probably should have done it earlier, but like I said, it was very everything was kind of delayed. Everything was kind of pushed back. What else do I want to say about this expo? So this expo, I spent most of the time looking around, talking to people, trying out the games. The Indie City, if it was laid out a little bit differently, might have gotten more. I was gonna say more people playing their games. However, because there's no people there, really, the footfall was just not really there. I really hoped that they had the footfall. However, there was still loads of games there that were really fun and really interesting, and I've got a few clips. I had some funny moments and it was great, especially if you went there with somebody else. Like I drove there alone and I would just fumble around and then I'd meet somebody, and one of my friends was also there that would just like split, go and see different things and then meet back up again. I want to give some feedback so that in the future, if they were to do it again, hopefully they can take it on board and figure out a way to make it more trying to find a good way for this to fully say this, much more exciting without overselling. You know what I'm saying? Let's not keep bashing. Let's actually give some sort of feedback of what we might want to see. So if you have any input of what you would have liked to have seen from the various videos and photos you've seen online of this expo, do state them in the comments. So my feedback: 1, don't state the number of attendees that's going to be there, a random number from thin air. Just don't do it. 2, mention confirmed partnerships and sponsorships or whatever that's going to be there and post that. 3, mention games and sections like the life-size D&D, the VR arena that will actually be there, and I'm sure these companies have some photos for you to use. 4, the schedule for the panelists should provide a brief description of what they're going to talk about, because I would walk in with just the title and not sure what I'm really going to be sitting through, and I feel like it's quite rude to walk out of a panel. So it would have been great to know what they're going to be talking about. Don't get me wrong, some of it was great anyway. 5, if there are delays, update the website or just socials of the new times and cancellations or anything that may need to be updated, and let your attendees know. 6, lay out the event in a way that will wow your attendees and not close off sections that were it looks like we're going into just a weird box space for each section. 7, focus on indies and original creators to be at your event, because a lot of people who are into games are also very creative people, so you should put out some sort of statement that you're looking for those kinds of creators, and I'm sure it will go around word of mouth and people will like to attend. I didn't hear anything about them looking for creators to trade at their event. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. 8, you had a creator zone, however, you didn't provide any photo opportunities for both the creators and the attendees. I think there was one board that we took a photo at that had like all of these logos on them. But it would have been great for other things because you did have a lot of space, and I'm sure no one really wants to pay for big cutouts of things, but being creative in the creative industry, you have that opportunity. Talking about big things, you should have like nice big labels or stands of your areas if you wanted to keep them closed off, so that it's not just a piece of paper. Because I'm a blind girl. I'm blind. I can't see anything. I think we're on 9. We're on 9. Okay. Provide a couple of outsourced food vendors. And yes, we all know that con food is going to be expensive, but we still take it to the chin anyway. And having more options than just a potential sad sandwich or an overpriced spoons that wasn't even a burger. Yes, I'm still salty about it. Would have been a much better, much better option to just go to someone who was actually cooking, I don't know, noodles. I don't know if you need to have some sort of certificate or something to sell food at your event. Something to look into. 10, what can the attendees buy or take home as freebies? A lot of the indies were giving out cute little free stuff, you know, sweets and cards and bookmarks. That's great, and it's always a bonus for attendees to walk away from your booth, your event, with something in their pocket, because we all like freebies, don't you? 11, I've run out of hands. 11, promote indies. Yeah, it's for the gamers by the gamers, right? So 12, also promote indies, because we're all gamers and we want to promote other gamers. Okay, 13, maybe some like game merch. People who, I don't know, 3D print these kinds of like weapons or little things from animes, games. That'd have been cool. Not the Alibaba types. Don't mix it up with that. And I know I said earlier that I don't really do fan art stuff, but people who use it for personal uses, sure. No one's selling a real life size cloud sword that was been 3D printed or can commission one other than online. It would have been cool if someone out there is actually a trader and goes to these events and sold those kinds of things. Because heck, cosplaying video games is so cool. I wish there was just more of it at the event. And I'm sure most folks have already mentioned a bunch of other stuff, so I'll end mine there. But just do more market research. And that's it for me. Good night.